Before I get on out of here, I want to touch on this last subject right here because it involves the world of politics. You know, I don't know if you noticed or not, but jury selection began today in a New York courtroom where former President Donald Trump is fighting 34 felony charges. The counts allege Trump falsified business records to cover up a $130,000 hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels in a run-up to the 2016 presidential election. If convicted, the charges could land the presumptive Republican presidential nominee in prison. Prosecutors allege Trump reimbursed his former lawyer Michael Cohen for the payment, falsely labeling the checks as legal services and concealing a federal election law violation. Of course, Trump has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Ladies and gentlemen.
But he's co-conspirator number one. Two people have already went to jail. That's a fact. They already went to prison. This is a disaster. Your solution is taking litigation off the table? How the hell does that make sense? Number 45, delayed this until now. Your solution is to reward him by giving him what he wants?
What this is about is the end game.
You're not absolving him.
And people not willing to see the forest from the trees.
By asking
understanding the damage that can ultimately be caused.
Is absolving him. Justice delayed.
You want Trump gone? Beat him. Beat him.
Stephen A. He was beaten. He got smoked 306 to 232 and nearly 7 million more votes. It's not about him. It's about us as Americans. What do we want? What are we asking for? We don't want our women worried about health care and life choices. That is the part of where the line is drawn in the sand. Instead of talking to liberals, point that nonsense to the conservatives who voted for him, not us.
Not completely with Roe v. Wade, but in terms of the amount of time that should be allowed before you're allowed to have an abortion, or the amount of time that should span before you can ultimately cut off the possibility of being able to have an abortion. These are the kind of things that Trump has been involved with. You've got that going on.
No, Trump didn't reverse course. That is a convenient story you're telling yourself. Liberals see the worst coming and know what he says today is a lie. And the fact that his word is now as true, why aren't you being honest and saying Trump is lying? He spent 4 years doing everything to destroy women's rights by appointing a host of judges. And that is the facts.
Do you know what kind of position you're putting yourself in if you're the Democrats? Listen to me, my liberal fellas.
Metrics say the economy is thriving. The CEOs are getting record payouts, tell us inflation has a greed component to it. Yet, your commentary is ignoring it, and I don't understand why you're ignoring it.
And all of this stuff to Israel could potentially be deemed as a bad look by the United States. China issues.
The issues favor liberals. No, Stephen A. No, it's America. We either believe in the Constitution or we don't. We either want the rule of law or we don't. In America, they have the right to choose their elected official. Also in America, if you break the law, it comes with the expectation, just like any other criminal, you will need to be prosecuted. It's not the argument, it's another lie, and it's going to save his butt from jail. You or anyone else would be in jail already.
And why am I bringing something like this up? Well, let's count the ways. So basically, we're going to encapsulate Trump's issue this way, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me, Sherry. I'm talking to my peeps here. Look at me, Galen. Look at me, Michael. Griff, just because you shaved your beard and you no longer look like a caveman don't mean you're going to get away with ignoring me. Listen to me right now. Do you think when you bring up these issues and you say 34 charges. Don't you think it's sort of diminished the moment you say it's hush money for a porn star? So let me get this straight. The 45th president of the United States, who's no longer the president of the United States at this particular moment, is in a courtroom today, 8 years after he was originally elected, because he facilitated hush money to a porn star. So in other words, I screwed around with a porn star and I didn't want nobody to know.
And there it is, poor framing at its worst. If not for him being the president, with Bill Barr as the Attorney General not doing his duty, you expect Merrick Garland to just lay down and do the same. Sorry, Stephen A. It doesn't work like that. 2 people already served time for that conspiracy that he has been spared at this time. What makes him better? What makes him better?
John Edwards, remember the lies that he told? You really gonna push this where a state like New York has a former president in a courtroom because he paid $130,000 in hush money through an intermediary who happened to be his lawyer, Michael Cohen, to keep a porn star's mouth shut about the fact that they got loose with each other.
No, Stephen A. Gary Hart quit his run for president. Bill Clinton is the precedent for which Bill Barr should have used but ignored not to charge 45 while he was president. And now, in your big thinking of things, you're saying don't charge him now because he might be president. He is a regular person just like anybody else. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And his crime was conspiracy. Hello, Stephen A. again. He was soundly beaten. He's only getting 50 to 60% of the GOP vote in the primaries. If he gets 70% of the GOP vote, he will lose worse than before. That's just facts. Also, you give more weight to his view, even though you know he lies and his facts need to be checked in real time. Beat him on the issues, you say. And we can't, you say. Holy Mother of God. He is not the president. He is not the president. He was soundly beaten. He is not the incumbent. Joe Biden has never lost a president race to number 45. And no matter how much you yell and scream and go off the rails about how it doesn't mean anything to you, a man has already served 3 years of his life doing the same thing you're doing now, trying to say that none of this matters and taking straight talking points because you're not basing it on legal, you're basing it on feeling, you're basing it on not facts. Stephen A., you're not basing it on the facts of the case. You're not talking about what's written down, what he's been charged with. You're talking about your feelings. What are we doing? What are you doing? What do you stand for? This is not you. You talk facts and you come with the heat. Why are we getting this dribble from you, Stephen A.? No, I can't even believe what I'm listening to. You, of all people, know you come with facts and you stand on it with 10 toes down. You don't come with just feelings. You feel that this is wrong. You feel that this is out of place. You feel like this. And that's your argument. You're feeling. You didn't read the depositions. You're not there. You're not there saying like, why in the any decent human being, Stephen A., wouldn't even have ran for president they would have resigned. They would have handed in or suspended their run. Any decent human being. And it's high time that people like you say, I'm voting for a person that I feel will not jeopardize my vote 4 years from now. And then keep it real. Not fake, not live, not suggest.